Hi, good morning. I'm Kelly Kummer for the Director of Marketing of the Manchester Grand Hyatt, and we're so glad that Dairy Queen is here. And we're really excited about DQ and possibly the potential of hosting your program, which we know after your site visit, you're going to fall in love with this hotel. And of course, we hope you fall in love with our staff because we have a lot of Midwest folks here working in California, and I'm one of them. And when Jacqueline Croco came and asked for a favorite story of Dairy Queen, being that I'm from Minnesota, I really hadn't thought about this story in probably over 25 years, but I grew up in Minneapolis and we had one of the original Dairy Queen stores on 38th and Pleasant. And I went to Incarnation Catholic Preparatory School, and my brothers and sisters used to walk to school with me, and we used to get, believe it or not, 5 cents a day for our allowance, and we would be able to take that allowance and use it for whatever we wanted to. Well, back then, I used to save my money because I'm a saver, and my brothers and sisters were spenders, and we would get a glazed donut every day for 5 cents, but I would always forgo my glazed donut so that I could save my money up so that every 10 days I could get a Dairy Queen fudge sundae, and sometimes if I saved for 3 weeks I could get a banana split. And my sisters and brothers knew where my little piggy bank was, and I remember going to my piggy bank and opening it up, and they had of course taken all of my money, and I didn't have any money, and I'd been saving it to have this banana split that I was so looking forward to. So I, being that probably should have been in sales at a very young age because I used to win all the magazine sales programs at the Catholic school. So I decided I would go up to the Dairy Queen office and I would walk up to the little counter and I would tell the lady that my brothers and sisters took my money, and would she give me a free Dairy Queen sundae. So I came up, I was very little, I was in 3rd grade, and I could barely reach the counter, and I look up and I say, oh, I just want to let you know I go to Incarnation, my brother and sister, they're here all the time, they're here more than me because I like to save my money. And I said to the lady, they stole my money this week, do you think you could give me a free sundae? And she was so cute, she came out and she said, that's horrible. And she came around, she made me my sundae, came out of the side door and around. And this was one of those buildings where it looked like it had snow on the roof, and it was a real old-fashioned Dairy Queen, 38th and Grand Avenue, and it was just a great day for me. I got my free sundae. My brothers and sisters got in trouble because I finally told my mom and dad what they were doing, stealing my money, and they didn't like that. But that's my favorite Dairy Queen story, and I can't eat real ice cream because of the cream, so the ice milk works really well for me. And that's my favorite story of Dairy Queen, and we are so looking forward to hopefully hosting your meeting and having a lot of fun for you. So I know that culture is very important. I will talk to you about our program of Forest Families of Responsible Caring Employees and giving back to community, because I know Dairy Queen gives back to community wherever they are, and we'll share with that those programs with you in person. So have a great site visit, and thanks for all of your time and commitment to coming out and seeing our wonderful hotel. And of course we have 365 days of wonderful sunshine, and we're looking forward to sharing it with you and your attendees when you come and choose us as the preferred hotel for your citywide conference. Have a great day and enjoy your stay.
Hi, my name is Kevin Kretsch, and I'm the rooms executive here at the Manchester Grand Hyatt San Diego. I grew up in a small town called Fairfax, Minnesota. So in the Midwest for my first 22 years of my life. I went to school there, college there, and actually my first job out of college was with International Dairy Queen. I was on the opening team, so part of my job was to travel to a new franchise and help with the entire opening process of the stores. It was one of the most memorable experiences I will ever have in my life. I loved the job that I had, and I loved the people that I got a chance to meet across the country. In my nearly 3 years of service with International Dairy Queen, I had the opportunity to open up 38 stores across the states. And one of my most memorable experiences was actually one of my first days on the job. We all know about the International Dairy Queen famous blizzards, and I was training on my first blizzard with my team of 14 to 18-year-olds. And I was so nervous that when I made my first blizzard, and I was going to proudly turn it upside down to show everybody that a blizzard never falls out of the cup, I actually did it over somebody's head and it fell out. So I made the blizzard wrong, and it was the most embarrassing time I've ever been with the company. But from that point on, I perfected my blizzards, I perfected my curly Q on the cones, and had an absolutely wonderful time with International Dairy Queen. Since then, my family and I have always enjoyed Dairy Queens wherever we've gone. We know that Caramel Corn and Orange Julius as part of the chain have been fantastic ads on as well, and we just love the company. So I have very fond memories of International Dairy Queen, and being from Minnesota, I can't help but end my little note to say thank you and go Vikings.
All right. Hello, my name is Bryce Fox, and I'm the Assistant Director of Engineering here at the Manchester Grand Hyatt. I'm from Lehi, Utah originally. I've lived here in Southern California for nearly 3 years. But prior to my move here to California, I lived in Panama in Central America. If you know anything about Panama, you'll know about the Panama Canal. And of course, those of you from Dairy Queen will be familiar with the 8 Dairy Queens in Panama. Now, if there's something that you don't know about Panama, that's going to be the hot and humid climate that is found there. While I lived in Panama, we would often visit my favorite Dairy Queen along the Main Street Drag there in La Chorrera, Panama. And I would find relief from the blistering heat of Panama by enjoying one of Dairy Queen's trademark blizzards after passing the upside down test, of course, and they always did. And not to mention, I also enjoyed the air conditioning. So I just want to thank you folks at Dairy Queen for being my refuge from the Panamanian heat, and we hope to see you here at the Manchester Grand Hyatt.
Hello, welcome. My name is Brian Crail. I'm the Associate Director of Convention Services here at the hotel. We're so pleased to have you here to site our property. When I heard Dairy Queen was coming for a site, I was so excited to tell you my story. But as I talked to other people who were sharing, I realized my story was the same. I'm from the Midwest. My mother used to bribe us to rake leaves or do chores around the house to take us to Dairy Queen so that I could get a chicken strip basket or I can get a dilly bar. So what I want to tell you is what happened to me about 1.5 years ago. I was driving home with a friend from LA. We were in the carpool lane, and out of the corner of our eye we saw a Dairy Queen, and all I could think of was, I want a Mr. Misty or a chicken strip basket, and let's go. So I put on my signal, exited the carpool lane, and crossed 4 lanes of traffic to make the exit to the Dairy Queen. There was a policeman behind me. I got pulled over and a $350 fine for leaving the carpool lane before I was supposed to. So, that was a very expensive lunch, but I gotta tell you, it was one of the best.
Hello, welcome. We're so happy to have you here today. My name is Jocelyn Sunick. I'm one of the catering managers here at the hotel, and I am super excited to have you here so that I can tell you my Dairy Queen story. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where the summers are short and hot and the winters are long and cold. So when our Dairy Queen would open up in April, we were super excited to go down to the store, even if it was only about 45 degrees outside, to get our first ice cream cone of the season. Some of my fondest memories of Dairy Queen were when we would go after my brother's baseball games, and the season again would start in April and go all the way till September, and we could only go to Dairy Queen if they actually won the game. So we would cheer and cheer and cheer for them, but not so much that they won, but more so that we could go to Dairy Queen and get our favorite treats. Everyone in my family had a different treat that they liked. My dad liked the dilly bars, my mom and sister liked the peanut butter parfait, and my brother loved Tuesdays when there would be a special flavor, and his was peach, and that was the one that he loved to have every time we went. My favorite was a cone, a twist cone or vanilla with crunchies. I don't know what are in those crunchies, but they're my favorite thing ever.
Hello there, I'm Ted Kanatis, General Manager of the Manchester Grand Hyatt, and I've been asked to kind of recall or reflect when I had a memorable or one of my first impressions of a Dairy Queen visit, and I recall at the very tender age of around 5 years old of stopping in a Dairy Queen in Delaware, Ohio, just north of where I'm from, Columbus, Ohio, and ordering one of the very first time I had a chocolate dip cone, and realizing that when I received it I had to negotiate how to eat it, and it was a matter of how to kind of crunch through the chocolate layer without letting the ice cream cone kind of fall over, because I was young and kind of trying to hold it upright at the same time trying to lick the chocolate dipped layer on it. But I have to say I didn't negotiate it very well, lost part of my ice cream, but still remember taking on the challenge the next time I had one. So for all the Dairy Queen people out there, we certainly look forward to a great opportunity to partner with you and enjoy some of your favorite products. Thank you very much.